In Central Florida, our fresh water primarily comes from the Floridan Aquifer, a series of underground limestone formations that act as a filter and a reservoir for fresh water. Rainfall seeps through layers of earth and limestone and collects in underground limestone caves reaching as deep as 2,000 feet below the surface. The fresh water we use and depend on every day is drawn from the Floridan Aquifer and piped into our homes. We use fresh water in sinks, toilets, showers, dishwashers, washing machines, and more. But once used, the water contains various contaminants such as cleansers, food scraps, and biological waste. It is then considered wastewater. So, what do we do with wastewater and where does it go? It's true that all water does eventually return to the environment. However, wastewater has to go through a water reclamation process first. In the city of Orlando, reclaimed water is sent for beneficial reuse, such as irrigation, but is also safely returned to local waterways, namely the Little Econolahatchee River and the Orlando Wetlands Park, which eventually ends up in the St. Johns River. So why exactly does wastewater need to go through a water reclamation process? Well, imagine if wastewater was dumped directly into a river. What would happen to the environment and the wildlife? And what would be the long-term implications? As recently as the 19th century, untreated wastewater was disposed directly into rivers. It led to numerous deadly cholera outbreaks because it contaminated people's drinking water sources. As a result, methods for treating wastewater were developed, and that saved many lives. But it wasn't until the mid-late to 20th century that we realized the negative impact that even treated wastewater had on the environment. Treated wastewater being discharged into rivers and other bodies of water were causing algae blooms and fish kills because of excess nutrients that are still present in treated wastewater. Recognizing the crisis, the U.S. Congress passed the Clean Water Act in 1972 to control environmental pollution by requiring more rigorous standards for wastewater treatment and discharge. This has greatly improved the health of our waterways. So how do we treat wastewater here in Orlando? The journey of wastewater starts in our drains.
Hello, my name is David Bass, and I'm the manager of the City of Orlando's Water Reclamation Division. Our 240 dedicated, hardworking employees here at the division collect, treat, and distribute for reuse the wastewater you, our residences and businesses, produce every day. On an average day, the city collects, treats, and beneficially reuses about 45 million gallons of wastewater each day. The city's water reclamation system includes about 800 miles of gravity lines, 200 miles of force mains, 240 lift stations, 3 water reclamation facilities, 2 reclaimed water distribution systems, and the Orlando Easterly Wetlands. The city's water reclamation facilities, or treatment plants, include Conserve 1, located just south of the Orlando International Airport, Conserve 2, located on L.B. McLeod Road just east of Kirkman Road, and Iron Bridge, located north of the University of Central Florida off Alafaya Trail. Iron Bridge, the largest of our 3 facilities, is a regional facility which serves not only the city of Orlando, but also receives and treats wastewater from Seminole and Orange counties, as well as the cities of Winter Park, Maitland, and Castleberry. Currently, the rated capacities for the 3 facilities are 7.5 million gallons a day for Conserve 1, 21 million gallons a day for Conserve 2, and 40 million gallons a day for the Iron Bridge facility. The focus of this video is to explain in some detail about how the wastewater collection and treatment process works specifically for the Iron Bridge facility, and shows that the story begins with you, the producers of the wastewater.
Wastewater flows out of homes through underground pipes and connect to larger sanitary sewer pipes. Every day, the average household creates around 250 gallons of wastewater. Gravity moves wastewater down angled sanitary sewer pipes. However, the pipes can only go so deep underground. Periodically, wastewater has to be mechanically lifted higher by a lift station pump so the gravity can again transmit the water down the pipes. Things like grease and rags can clog the lift stations, cause malfunctions, and even overflows. It's important not to flush oil, grease, rags, flushable wipes, and other similar items into the sanitary sewers. It can have costly and hazardous effects. There are miles and miles of sanitary sewer pipes carrying wastewater from East Orlando, Winter Park, Maitland, Castleberry, and portions of unincorporated Orange and Seminole counties to the Iron Bridge Regional Water Reclamation Facility, which is located in Oviedo, just northwest of the University of Central Florida. Iron Bridge treats about 24 million gallons of wastewater per day, which flows from homes and businesses. That's enough water to fill over 33 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The wastewater, or raw influent, arrives at the Iron Bridge Master Pump Station. Powerful mechanical pumps lift the water high so that gravity can then move the water through the facility. The pretreatment phase physically removes objects in the water that would otherwise block and clog pipes and equipment. Rotating bar screens catch items such as toys, rags, cell phones, diapers, and even false teeth. These items are hauled off for disposal. The water then flows to grit removal tanks where the water is stirred, creating a vortex that settles out fine grit like sand, coffee grounds, and eggshells. The water moves on to secondary treatment, where biological processes remove microscopic nutrients, namely phosphorus and nitrogen. This is especially important because an abundance of these nutrients can lead to environmental problems to surface water bodies. Iron Bridge Regional Water Reclamation Facility uses a modified 5-stage Bardenfo system. In the process, water moves through anaerobic, anoxic, and aerobic environments, where microorganisms digest and convert the nitrogen and phosphorus into harmless forms. In the secondary clarifier, the flow of water slows down so that heavier biological material can sink to the bottom. Some of this material, called activated sludge, is returned back into the Bardenfo system to maintain a healthy population of microorganisms. The remainder of sludge is dried and hauled off. Lighter materials such as grease and oil float to the surface where rotating skimmers collect and remove the scum. The sludge removed from the secondary clarifiers are then sent to conditioning bays with waste-activated sludge solids, are dewatered, and hauled off for further treatment. A third-party company processes and converts the solids into a high-quality commercial fertilizer. The remaining water flows into deep bed filters consisting of 7 feet of sand and stone media that remove any remaining fine particles from the water. At this point, the water is clear and ready for the final stage of disinfection. The water moves into chlorine contact chambers, where chlorine is added to destroy any remaining harmful pathogens. A higher concentration of chlorine is used for water that will be diverted for public reuse. Throughout the treatment process, the system is closely monitored and the water meticulously tested in the award-winning environmental laboratory at Iron Bridge. Laboratory chemists analyze things such as suspended solids, oxygen demand, ammonia, nitrogen, coliform bacteria, and meta-analysis of biosolids. The lab provides analysis of the facility's performance, which is necessary for the facility's permit compliance. A computerized network called SCADA monitors and controls equipment and processes throughout the facility. Sensors measuring things such as flow rate, temperature, and more automate equipment operations. Real-time data is also transmitted to computers and tablets where operators can make informed decisions and control operations remotely. Once the water is treated with chlorine, the treatment process is complete and the final product is called reclaimed water. It's now ready for discharge in 3 different ways: public reuse, to the Little Econolahatchee River, or for further treatment at the Orlando Wetlands Park. Reclaimed water sent for public reuse is pumped through purple pipes in various communities in Orange and Seminole counties. Reclaimed water can be used for irrigating lawns and washing cars and the like. Although not toxic, it is not potable, meaning it should not be used for drinking water. reclaimed water is also safely discharged into the nearby Little Econolahhatchee River. Before being discharged, the residual chlorine is removed through the addition of sulfur dioxide. However, environmental regulations limit how much reclaimed water can safely be discharged into the Little Econ each year. And with an increase in the volume of wastewater due to population growth, the City of Orlando created an innovative solution for discharging the increased amounts of reclaimed water. In 1987, the City of Orlando built the Orlando Wetlands Park to further treat and discharge reclaimed water from the Iron Bridge Regional Water Reclamation Facility. While the reclaimed water already meets advanced wastewater treatment standards, the Orlando Wetlands Park works to even further reduce nitrogen and phosphorus levels so that the water can be safely discharged into the St. Johns River. The Orlando Wetlands Park uses wetland plants and other naturally occurring biological processes to lower nutrient levels of the water. The wetlands support a diversity of flora and fauna, and this has attracted numerous visitors. The Orlando Wetlands became a public park and is open for passive recreation 7 days a week from sunrise to sunset. Protecting our water is important, protecting our environment is important, and ensuring public safety is important. The City of Orlando has struck a balance between caring for all of these things through innovative, effective, and efficient methods for reclaiming millions of gallons of wastewater every day. So, now, what can you do to protect our water resources and environment? Throw away or recycle cooking oil and grease, otherwise grease can clog up pipes and cause sewer overflows. Be mindful of what can be flushed down the drain and throw away rags, wipes, and the like. These too can clog pipes and lift stations, even if they're labeled flushable. Use fresh water wisely and irrigate with reclaimed water if available. Reduce the use of cleansers and soaps to only use as much as you need. And don't flush unused medications or other substances. These make treatment more difficult. And tell your friends and neighbors about what you have learned in this video. We're proud of how the City of Orlando and its award-winning Iron Bridge Regional Water Reclamation Facility and Orlando Wetlands Park have created a winning solution for handling increased amounts of wastewater while protecting our local waterways and even creating valuable wetlands, habitat, and recreation for the public. For more information about the City of Orlando's Water Reclamation Division, visit our website at orlando.gov/water reclamation. Thanks for watching.